All right. So, what stocks in particular are you thinking like, wow, this one might break out? I mean, tell me about Apple. Tell me about Google.
Yeah, well, Apple's certainly one I like. Stand by. Hold on, let me get the chart on Apple. Of course, we were playing Apple today out of the market open and doing well. Apple at this point, I think, it can certainly challenge the highs, 270-ish, 272-ish. I think it's got a possibility. Currently at 264.40 here, just trading off the highs of the day. I like some of the financials. I actually like American Express. I think it's AXP, which is trading off the high of the day. Of course, all these gapping down, so you have what I call price absorption today. So it's absorbing a lot of the buying pressure, but still looking pretty good, I think. Some of the financials, AXP. On the technology side, I do like Apple. I still like Baidu and Google for a little pop, but just to be clear, I'm still in the same camp as you are. I'm thinking at some point, this optimism isn't going to last, and we might be heading back down. But I still think we can pop for a good part of this week anyway. So That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. All right. Talk to me about some of talk to me about gold. We just had a caller about gold. Talk to me about the oil sector. And what you
oil, USO I follow. I think that that had a nice reversal a week or so ago, actually on May 25th. So we've already popped somewhat from that. I mean, USO, which is the ETF that tracks oil, is currently at 33.95. I mean, I still think that has potential to bounce to about the 38 or even the 50% retracement level. From the current, swing high back in late April. So, according to those projections, I think 35-ish, 36-ish on USO. So I think that's got a couple more points to go, if I'm right there. Gold, let's see. The ETF for gold is today. It's GLD, I believe. I think it's an ETF for that.
Well, now I talked a little bit, and we're going to wrap up in a second. But OIH looks horrible. I mean, this thing. I didn't finish. I think this thing, if it's going to get real support, it looks to me, and I'm not the chart guy, but it looks to me around $85 would be where.
No, I would agree. In fact, I would have been okay for a bounce on OIH, except for today. But I think what we're seeing here, obviously. With a lot of the drillers is shakeout from the oil spill news,
right,
hurting the groups specifically. So we're seeing divergence between the oil services and the price of oil, which I think is actually holding up okay, in my opinion. Let me see long-term support.
Well, BP looks like it's just death warmed over.
Yeah,
right?
no, BP, rig both are in trouble. 85, 80, I would agree. 80, I think, is the next key support area. Which I would be surprised, given today's price action, because very weak here, that we test that.
Okay, all right. So Apple, you're looking at potentially 270, 272,
right?
As the all-time highs on it, I think, and Google. What do you think?
Hold on Google.
Yeah, and then I'm going to let you go, and I'm just going to wrap up.
Okay.
And thank everybody once again for their.
Hold on, Google again. I could see Google bouncing maybe to 500-ish.
Okay.
Again, I'm not looking for too many issues necessarily to break their highs. Apple may be an exception, because again, I'm looking for a lower high setup at some point. But I think we could see a pop in Google to the 500 area. I think there's strong resistance there. That's the 20-day exponential moving average. Support is of course around 460, which was the that early May low rather. So that's some support, but I think we could be trying to recover in the stock. But I would want to watch it around 500 because it could find some resistance and difficulty in that area.
Right. Okay. So you like the financials here. So you would
I like
say
some of the financials.
Some of them. Okay. So
yeah,
AXP is one. I was actually looking at some of the Brazilian banks. They somebody on CNBC talked about them earlier because they've kind of lagged the bounce, like IBN.
Yeah, do you have any tickers for me?
IBN.
IB is in.
IBN, yeah.
Yeah, IBN. No, I think that's showing a similar pattern to AXP in my opinion. So a nice what we call meeting line on the candlestick pattern that occurred on May 25th, practically the same bar as AXP. So I think this shows the same type of bounce potential. Looking at Fibonacci, I would say, we should get a bounce to about the 38 to 39.50ish area, somewhere in there, I think. So, so I think that looks good as well.
Okay. All right, Scott, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the Trader Speaks. You can catch Scott every day in the chat room at trendfund.com. Check it out for a free trial, www.trendfund.com. He also does morning briefing, where every morning he gives he talks about the market and what he sees setting up.
And that's where we got Apple from.
That's where we got Apple, briefing. Right?
Yeah,
All right. So I will wrap up the show. Thanks for tuning in and putting up with my New York traffic induced lateness. And next week on the Trader Speaks, I will be here come hell or high oil. That'd be cool if, like, the oil, like when so much oil came out that it started like rising the ocean like 50 feet. And we had like a tsunami of oil right into my apartment, and then I could retire. Right? A tsunami of oil, and like then I could retire. Like that'd be cool. I would like scoop it up. I'd scoop it up. I would like run to the gas station and my local Shell, or I would run to British Petroleum and see if they wanted to buy it back, because it's theirs. Oi, where's me, mein Gaffen? Oi, chazes they were, chazes. I'm speaking Yiddish now for anybody who doesn't know. I know very little. Moshe the Meisele, it's Mickey Mouse in Yiddish. I'm going to give you a Yiddish course. Yiddish trading course. That's what I'm going to next develop. A Yiddish trading course. Till next week, the Trader Speaks. British Petroleum, get ye to zero. Sell, sell, sell. I'll see you next week. Later, alligators.